Well, so for the people, I'm sure most people, if you're a Warrant fan, you know the story that Mike Slamer was the guy that played all the solos on the first two records, except the song Cherry Pie, it was actually CC DeVille from Poison. For people who don't know that story, I mean, it's in the credits or whatever. It wasn't like they were trying to hide it. But what was the story behind that? Why did you guys get CC for that one song? Did he just happen to be there that day, or why did you guys get him?
CC was a very nice guy. He would not have been my choice to do that, but Janie wanted to get a starting slot on the Poison tour. That was it. That was the long and short of it.
So who
And
made the call? Like, does he call him? Does he know him, or do you have the record people do make that call or something? Or
I don't remember how they did it. I was just informed that this is what we're doing, and I went, no, this is not going to work. And then it was wink, wink, nudge, nudge, make it work.
ah, but
And
it's CC playing. You didn't replace his solo on that one.
no, I didn't. But it was a lot of work to get what we got. Let me put it that way.
Wait, tell me this story. What? Why so? Is this when he was doing? He was the coked out too, right? The 1990 or 89.
It was
Okay.
a very challenging session for me. Let me put it that way.
Isn't that kind of your role sometimes? Is you're kind of like a babysitter with these guys? You're the adult babysitter.
I'm the babysitter and I'm the psychologist.
Okay. So was it just he was a little like frantic, or wasn't like disagreements on how it should sound or something like that, right?
Well, no, it was so off to my ear. The approach. I mean, everything was just completely not what I had envisioned and not what I would have done. But I sort of come from the school that you sell your record in the first 15 seconds. If somebody doesn't like it, they've changed the station, they've thrown it out, or whatever. And so I had to keep talking myself off the ledge and going, Beau, this is a hit song. Your 15-second rule applies to Cherry Pie, hands down. So if somebody likes a song long enough to get to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to listen to this crazy solo, then you're already there. You're home free. So don't go crazy with this. And I had to keep telling myself that all the time, all the time. But nothing against CC personally. He is tremendously funny. I laughed till my ribs hurt. But when it came down to to the nut cutting, Mike Slamer, in my opinion, was 100 times better overall technician and guitar player than CC was. I mean, Mike is so good that I could say, okay, I'm thinking of something with a little Spanish influence. I'm just making this up, and he'd say, how about this? Vroom. No, I want something that's a little more Roman. And then he'd do that. CC was a little more, you get what you get. And then I spent a good number of hours editing together what became the final take on Cherry Pie.
So you had to edit notes and things, or what do you mean
Yeah.
by that?
Well, what you do is you would comp it. So I would have him play like a thumbnail 3 solos on 3 different tracks. And then I would go through and I would chart out on staff paper, or I would just make whatever notes I made so I could get the best piece of this one with the best piece of the second take with the best piece of the third take, glue them all together and see if it floated. And so that was kind of my procedure with everything. And then I had like my bionic take of CC solo with X number of edits in it, and then be, okay, this is the best that we got. Let's try and beat it. And so then using that as a baseline, we would try to get a better performance. And, most of the time we could. But we were always keeping the best of the best of the best. And then,
Did you have Mike Slamer play a solo like on the demo or something?
I don't remember, to be honest, because the record was done. And so this was an emergency 911 session. And as I remember it, I don't think Mike ever played on it. I could be wrong. I could just not be remembering properly.
So what did Janie, was Janie happy with CC solo? Did it was because he's the one who wanted CC. So was he like, oh yeah, this is perfect. This is what I wanted.
I don't know, but oh yeah, this got me the result that I wanted, so I'm happy.
Ah, okay. So it was to get that, and they did get that slot on the Poison tour.
Yes, they did.
Okay. And so he kind of went back and forth with that song because first he said, oh, I hate it. I'm the cherry pie guy. Then later he said, oh, no, I didn't mean those comments. But to me, I felt like he just kind of let the truth slip out. He wasn't real happy about that, but he knew that saying that publicly was probably not a good move for his career.
Well, I talked to Janie about 3 days before he passed, and we had a wonderful conversation. He was completely lucid. It was one of those kind of things where, you cannot see somebody for 5 or 6 years. And then when you connect with them again, it's just like you saw him yesterday. And that was the conversation that we had. And he was lamenting about, oh, I'm the cherry pie guy and all that. And I said, man, you're really looking at this wrong. You have written a rock anthem that they will play at Major League Baseball games, and they'll play it forever. And who does that? You, Queen, maybe AC/DC, but it's a small handful of people that have actually written a song that 90% of the people will know exactly what song it is when you've played the second chord of the beginning of the song. And I said, so I really think you're looking at this wrong. I don't at all. I tell people proudly, yes, I was the producer of Cherry Pie, because that's so hard to do, to be able to connect with that many people over all this time, and people still like it. I mean,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, he's done so many other great songs.